Holidays can be a very dangerous time in regard to protecting your hard-earned sobriety, okay? So I'm going to give you 3 general tips on things you can do to help safeguard your sobriety over the holidays. Hi, my name's Bob. I have 45 years of personal and professional experience working in the field of addiction and mental health. I'm going to share some of my experience with you today and hope you find it useful. Okay, so let's talk about the number one tool you can develop to help yourself stay sober. And I call it give yourself permission, okay? Now, what does that mean, give yourself permission? Well, an example might be you've been invited to go to a holiday party. You know from past experience there are going to be a lot of drinkers at this party, and you're not going to feel comfortable being there. You really don't want to go. So you can give yourself permission to not go. Remember, your sobriety is far more important than a few hours spent uncomfortably socializing with people who really don't care if you're there or not, okay? So give yourself permission to be flexible. If you do decide to go to a party, give yourself permission to arrive late, permission to leave early. And I got a pro tip for you here. Nobody cares, especially if they're drinking. They do not care what time you get there, and they don't care what time you leave. So give yourself permission to be flexible. You might even want to develop some sort of a signal, like rubbing your ear or your nose or just whatever, some kind of a clue for your partner, whoever you came with, if you came with someone, some kind of a clue to let them know you need to leave, okay? Next thing you might try, if you are at a party and you find yourself starting to get a little squirrely, is to just take a step outside. Go outside, walk around the block, spend 5-10 minutes getting some fresh air, calming down. Maybe call someone you know and trust. Tell them that you're at the party and you're feeling squirrely. Then you can go back in. And if you still feel that way, it's time to go. So just get your partner and get in your car and leave. And speaking of cars, you want to make sure you don't park too close to the house because you don't want latecomers to block you in. If you have to go, you want to be able to get in your car and go. So try to the extent possible to park maybe a block away from where the party is so there's less danger of getting locked in, okay? Now the next general principle is to keep in touch. I've already touched on that. But again, let me say that it's vitally important for you to not feel alone, not feel isolated. So you have to develop the habit of calling people that you know and trust, people you can share your experiences with. Hopefully, if you're in a 12-step program, you have a sponsor by now. So you want to be in the habit of calling people, not just when you feel bad. Because when you feel like you're having cravings and you're worried, that phone can weigh 100 pounds. So you want to make the phone calls while you feel good, while you feel okay. You want to develop the habit of picking up the phone and punching in a number and talking to somebody, even if it's just for a minute or two. Just check in and say how you feeling. If you're having cravings, do not be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. It's perfectly normal in the early days of sobriety to have occasional cravings. It's part of it. You wouldn't be normal if you didn't have some cravings, okay? Your sponsor's going to understand that. Hopefully your friends will understand. They may overreact a little bit. They might think you're in greater danger than you are. So you just want to tell them, look, I'm just thinking here. I'm not about to go pick up a drink. The very fact that you're willing to tell on yourself is a good indicator that you're not going to pick up a drink, okay? It's when we start holding in secrets, not telling people how we feel. That's when we start to get into danger. Okay, so you want to stay in touch with important people in your life, and you want to be honest. You want to be transparent. Now think about this. We spent years and years, in some cases, being dishonest with people we know and love, telling them that we're not drinking, telling them that we're doing something when we're actually at a bar, just lying in general. So now it's our opportunity to practice being honest. And some of that honesty may be scary, hurtful for your partner, but you can't let that stop you. You have to be honest about how you feel and what you're thinking about. Otherwise, the important people in your life will never know when to believe you and when not to. So transparency, even if it's difficult, builds trust. You got to keep that in mind, okay? All right. The last one I want to talk to you about today, and believe me, I got a million more things that I'm going to post in the coming days. The most important tool I think you can use to stay sober, and not just for sobriety, but for living life, is one day at a time. Remember, you do not have to stop drinking for the rest of your life. You can pick up a drink anytime you want. No one can stop you. But today, this 24 hours, you choose not to drink. And that's an important concept. It's your choice not to drink. Do not say to yourself, I can't drink today, because that's not true. If you're willing to suffer the consequences, you absolutely can drink today. It won't be pretty, but you can do it. So, like a lot of us, we kind of buck. We get the hair on our neck standing up when somebody tells us we can't do something, right? You tell me I can't do it, I'm going to tell you, oh yeah, hold my tea and watch. I started to say hold my beer, but that wouldn't have been too funny. So I'm going to do exactly what you tell me I can't do. Well, I'm no different when I tell myself that. If I tell me I can't do something, guess what? It makes me want to do it even more. But if I exercise the idea of free will and choice, and I tell myself, I choose to do this, or I choose not to do this, it makes it so much easier and simpler. It's empowering to know you have a choice. And furthermore, you only have to do it for today. Anybody can stay sober for one day. That's all you got to do. Just this one single day. Tomorrow, you wake up, you make a choice again to do the exact same thing. Not going to drink today. And I'm not going to concern myself with tomorrow, because tomorrow doesn't even exist. And I can't have tomorrow's sobriety based on today. Tomorrow, I will earn tomorrow's sobriety if I choose to, okay? So keep that in mind. It makes it so much easier. That's about all I have for now. I'm going to post a lot more hopefully informative, educational posts about sobriety, things that make us tick, why we picked up in the first place. Hopefully a lot of information that you can use. So for now, I'm going to sign off. If you found this educational and helpful, please subscribe. Appreciate it and have a nice day.